I really enjoyed your verbose vocabulary. You brought a lot to the table in that respect.
My expansive vernacular.
Exactly. A virtual cornucopia of words were on display.
Everybody's going to read that on my blog coming up. I was highly looking forward to this fight.
Yes, me too. We were talking about Georges Kopa all week. MMA cage he just fought 3 weeks ago.
Representing Hyaston MMA, Josh Motsinger.
I did hear a story about Georges Kopa wanting to change his name from the Wild Prince to King Kopa, but I guess his coaches thought he was saying King Cobra, and they almost put out a whole bunch of incorrect merchandise.
Well, it's like King Koopa.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. This is a Hyaston heavy crowd. It has been all night.
Wow. People on their feet for this one.
None more loud so far than Josh Motsinger. That's for sure.
Oh, it's me on this one.
And here is Trevor to take on over.
Guys, in the chat, if you enjoyed Samantha Seth on the mic, if you enjoyed having the Wolf Queen with us, be sure to let the people that fight for it know that she did a phenomenal job on the mic with her debut as a commentator.
It is that time for the co-main event. I've been looking forward to this one.
Of course, of course.
I've seen a lot of Georges Kopa's Muay Thai career. I've been following young Josh here out of Hyaston for a while. He's very highly spoken of from, you see the corner right here, Tom and Kevin right here.
I was talking about them earlier during the Kevin Peraza fight. These two guys, what they contribute to their athletes cannot be measured.
You also have Tony Tran, the wrestling coach over there.
Yeah, he's not here tonight,
they
but
all came up through the Hyaston system, and they all kind of took on the roles of coaches there. And over here in the corner, we have for Georges Kopa, we've got Chris Trixie Tricoli over here. We got Big Greg, Omar in the corner over there.
Yeah, the Rima, they're in Raleigh.
A very long-established school, probably close to 30 years, I believe they've been teaching Muay Thai and BJJ out of there.
If you're in the Triangle and you Google any form of martial arts, they're like the first result or the second result.
Oh yeah, the longest-running school, and they really helped get a lot of other schools started in that area.
And they've produced a number of championship athletes,
a number of fighters and coaches and everything you can imagine out of that school.
This crowd is going nuts for Josh Motsinger right now. Georges Kopa, we've talked about his strengths and weaknesses in extent on the podcast, but the unknowns of Josh Motsinger are what makes this fight interesting.
Josh has always stayed very calm on the feet, always looking ready to take this fight everywhere it goes. Georges Kopa, the very calm, persistent kickboxer, also a blue belt in BJJ. And from what I've heard, has some of the strongest underhooks when you try to hold him on the wall.
I've heard that he's super hard to take down and keep down too.
And I've also heard his actual family lineage, actually from his family tracing back to Africa where they live right now. He's a prince. He's an actual prince.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not just a nickname for him.
Oh, Josh misses on the spinning back fist.
I can't believe how fast these dudes are.
Yeah, Josh is really coming out and just trying to not let George get comfortable.
Even when they fall down, it looks cool.
Yeah. George's biggest thing is establishing a pace that he's going to make you keep fighting him at.
I'm really surprised that for a Hayassan fighter, Josh Motsinger is this comfortable on the feet against a guy like George.
Well, you know what? They get in there every day.
Yes.
Oh, the spinning up kick. That snuck through, and George smiled on that one. Heavy low kick from
That's
Kopa.
big, and he's already wearing some of those. He's only like 2 have landed.
It is a different leg kick, man. When you like at Hayassan, they have great MMA striking. You've got George Kopa, just a very accomplished
Kicker.
Muay Thai fighter out of the area. Yeah,
I mean, his kicks.
he's got some head kick finishes from Muay Thai.
Oh! Wow, the spin from George Kopa.
Wow, the spinning.
But
head
the
kick.
wrestling.
Josh takes it off his haircut and gets in for the takedown. Yep, that was a heck of an exchange right there.
Oh my gosh, John Motsinger on the back already.
Already has the hooks in.
As soon as George Kopa opened up the head kick with that beautiful spin, Motsinger was all over him like he was waiting for it.
George might be going for a slam right here. Let's see if he presses him back into the cage. Very smart. Try to spread him back out on that cage. Give himself some wiggle room. George is probably going to go for a bit of a standing bridge right here. Create some head space.
You don't want to let Motsinger get too much ride time.
No, you don't.
Because the judges.
That kid can ride you out.
This kid,
very accomplished.
very
grappler.
strong too. Physically strong. Both of these guys, really. I mean, they're.
Oh, look at George Kopa.
There's those underhooks we talked about.
Back into the underhooks.
Those-
Very heavy guy to hold on to.
Those pesky
Oh!
underhooks. Great mat return.
Motsinger taking him right back down, controlling the hips along the cage. Immediately fighting for hands.
Co-main event action already buck wild here
Is
at
this first round
Fight4X.
already coming to the end? Wow, that was a fast,
bro. Both these guys are quick.
This is what I was wondering about, that wrestling game of Josh coming into play. This is probably the most that we've seen George Kopa get taken down in these 2 or 3 MMA fights he's had now. Usually does a good job of stopping people long, but Josh is he's getting in, and you can look at the body language on Josh, man. He is having to work for those takedowns. Like that physical strength of George Kopa goes into that fact what I said earlier. Here's the best way to help you kind of counter an amateur wrestler. You just got to get yourself in shape to be able to keep going back at him. If you don't let the wrestler break you, you can come back out on top. I mean, can they grind you out? But that is honestly your biggest window to get back in there sometimes, is be able to make it a more physical fight than they are throwing at you.
And I don't think you can count on the wrestling to wear George out or make him tired. He is an amateur MMA fighter, but he is a professional athlete in my mind.
Yeah.
Oh, big shot from George Kopa on the hook there. He's looking for another. Josh Motsinger with the head kick, but returning to the stance lightning fast.
They are picking right back up where they left off. Oh, George feinting the jabs.
George's feints are crisp, man.
So quick. Such a quick jab right there. Oh.
George's like, yeah, that's fine. Just stand back up, bud.
Yeah, George is really quick with his timing. He's controlling that space well.
Oh, there's
Josh
Motsinger back in on a takedown.
With a far shot, George pulls him right back up on the feet. Josh taking that heavy breath in to step in now. George with a stiff jab up the middle. Oh! Big over the top.
Big shot from Kopa there.
Great corner advice from Big Greg from Rima here, cornering George. Get that measuring stick back out there. Get that jab back out there between you and Josh, and keep that space. If he's making Josh shoot from outside that jab range, and that's George's best shot at stopping his takedown. Oh!
That was
so called it. That was so slick. A hip fake to an inside foot tap. That completes the sweep. That was so slick.
They call that Lando Lakes because that was buttery smooth.
Yeah. Oh, the Land O'Lakes lasso, as they call it out west. He is fully taking off George's pants right here. that takedown
step one
was
of
so fast,
step one of wrestling. Take the pants off.
Take the pants off. Full control there.
Oh! Fence grab again. He's taking him to Hayastan.
You can see the Hayastan teammates in the corner really arguing for that fence call right there.
Yeah, we saw how Sean reacted to the fence grab earlier.
Man, I'll say this, that Georges Kopa has a very similar get-up style to Derek Lewis, where he kind of just gets up. There's nothing super technical about it. He just forces himself back up.
When you truly believe that jiu-jitsu isn't real, anything is possible. When you believe it in your heart.
A very true statement.
But as someone's on top of you, sometimes that doubt creeps in and it becomes real.
If you let the jiu-jitsu happen, it's going to happen to you. And Georges Kopa was just saying, not today, Satan.
Man, I feel bad for the judges so far. I'm kind of hoping one of these guys can finish because it's going to be a hard one to judge.
I'll say this, if you can successfully negate a person's shots like that, get back up, it kind of goes in your favor as the striker, I guess. You can see Josh's legs showing the wear, the way he's pulling back from those low kicks.
Yeah, man. It's already starting to look a little discolored.
You can see Kevin Ferrant getting onto the referee about the fence grab. From where I was sitting there for a second, it did look like George was posting on the fence with that hand coming back up. But you can tell as soon as Josh tried to there's that takedown.
There's the Lando Lakes.
That Lando Lakes lasso. But we could see that as soon as they pulled away, you saw a little bit of grab on the fence by Georges Kopa. It's different. That fight beforehand with Dooley, that was a very blatant fence grab. Sometimes, man, you can go an entire camp not grabbing the fence, but dude, when a takedown happens to you, sometimes you reach out and grab it. It is Jason Collins.
Jason was on the other side also.
That's right.
Yeah, Sean was on the fence grab side, so he saw it plain as day. Not to mention the fact that it was way more blatant than that. But yeah,
way more blatant. Yeah.
Jason on the opposite side probably didn't have a good angle on it. Might not have even been aware of it until Hayastan said something to him.
Yeah. Clash of shins there. Hard side kick. Harry George back out with just straight ones and twos. Just filling that space.
I wish we were by the red corner instead of the blue corner because I would love to know what they told Josh Motsinger going into the third round because this is a big round for him.
Oh, he gets that kick up and in again, but too much flash and not enough efficiency. Oh,
what the heck?
He ducked under George's spinning back fist. Literally, George kind of rolled himself off of Josh's shoulder. Josh completes the takedown off that.
That's great awareness.
That's wild right there.
That's some pretty good fight awareness there. And this is a big 2 minutes for Josh Motsinger.
Yeah, let's see if maybe he can try and close the show with this. Oh,
wow, the butterfly hooks from Copes.
Great job of the butterflies to keep the space up from Georges Kopa. Great, just fundamental BJJ. Maybe he's going to try and sneak that leg up for a little bit of back control right there.
Yeah, if I'm Motsinger, I'm sure they're telling him this, but I'm walking him closer and closer to that cage because you don't want him to be able to push off of you and create space. So if he has his neck up against the fence, he can't do that. He's already kind of looking to pass. I think he's just hoping that George doesn't have enough room, but he does.
This butterfly giving guard is giving Josh a lot of problems here.
He's in deep on those too.
Yeah, he's got George up against the cage now. Maybe he's going to try and tilt that head back onto the cage.
Okay,
there he goes.
Now this guard has become a lot less powerful.
Yeah, and now Josh is going heavy on that neck on Georges Kopa. Heavy shoulder pressure. You could say that George is already up 2 rounds in this. Look, there's George getting back to his feet, getting back to his knees,
he gets sucked in,
down.
yeah. The Hayastan guys love this. He's going to look for the Dagestani triangle here, probably.
Yeah, they'll go for the Dagestani wrist rides along the cage.
Yeah. They believe in that MMA grappling system there. And Josh Motsinger's raining down some punishment. He needs to do something with this ground time.
The Go-Korsavakian system has a lot of good old school wrist grabs and wrist rides. still battling the butterfly guard of Georges Kopa. Josh still keeping up consistent punches. Still just staying busy, just trying to keep as much control of this round as possible. But yeah, this is definitely a tough night to be a judge on this fight right here.
Yeah, it just comes down to what do you value more as a judge.
It seems like Josh definitely took a bit more control of this round just from this positioning right here, but the first two,
Ooh, so much ride time for Josh Motsinger, man. That control time was just too much. Oh, he's out. Kopa with the slide.
Slides out. Tries to throw up a triangle at the last minute.
It's good to see that mutual respect from
Look
Georges
at that.
Kopa.
Yeah, he was like, man, that was a tough fight. George is always a respectful guy. Like, you might see social media, you might see him talk a lot, but like, man, when it comes to being after a competition, he's a very respectful guy. All right, the judges are getting these scores tallied. You can see Georges Kopa just moved into the office. Josh Motsinger definitely feeling like he's been in a fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
I mean,
it is about time to make this official.
I think it's really just going to come down to what do people value more as a judge. Like, what do you value more as a judge? And in South Carolina, I really don't know what they value. I think Georges Kopa is probably going to take this one, though. But I wouldn't be surprised on a split decision for Motsinger by any means. Close fight, and like we said several times through the broadcast, a very hard one to score. I believe that second round was the game changer there. You go back and watch that second round, it'll come down to what you like better. Do you think control is more valuable, or do you think significant strikes are more valuable? And depending on how you see that debate, that could be why they saw this fight for Josh Motsinger. I'm not mad at that decision at all. A great win for the highest on MMA team.
All right, big boy.
We meet again.
We meet again. All 3 rounds. To me, seeing most of your fights, if not all of them, this had to be like your toughest opponent, I think, match style-wise.
Yeah, it was really just a, he's taught me to a kickboxing, wrestling is my main, so just a clash of styles. Yeah. So I had to mix up my wrestling, my striking, but it wasn't pretty, but we got it done.
Babe, earlier me and you talked. I talked to fighters, guys. Sorry. Me and you talked, and you said you had like a glute plump going on earlier. Yeah. Did that affect you in this fight?
Not really. I mean, I worked it out. I got a massage therapist, and I stretched it out pretty good. So in the fight, I kind of just zoned it out. Yeah, honestly.
Is it hurt now or?
No, it's good now. My neck freaking hurts. That's about it. Yeah. He did. I think he rocked me maybe once, and then
because I know you're mostly known as the wrestler. But was there any point, and I know you try to incorporate a little more striking in there, a little more kicks in there, but it seemed like you just went back to the
wrestling. Yeah. I mean, I need to get my hands are better, but I just need to get that confidence in my hands. That's all it is. Like I could have struck with them, but get my hands better. I use my kicks a lot more, but overall, definitely the wrestling. I'm not gonna play his world.
Who do you want to thank?
Everyone, man. I want to thank God, my coaches, my family, everyone who can't support me, all my friends.
You got a lot of fans out there now.
A lot of fans, yeah.
Came out to see the big Mont there.
Yeah.
A lot of fans.
I want to thank everyone. Yeah. Without everyone, I don't think I can make it happen. So.
All right, with this fight, does that mean I have to pay for sushi next time?
Yes.
God damn it.
You're paying for sushi.
God damn it. All right.
And we're going to the highest paid.
Yeah, you think
sushi
you are.
At Ruth's Chris is what we're doing.
Yeah, okay. You keep dreaming about that. I didn't say any of that. I'll take you to 7-Eleven and get some sushi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking. Yeah, I don't want that.
Big brother.
Stomach problems and stuff,
Big boy. Glad to see you out there again.
Thank you, buddy.